Good afternoon, how's your day been? We're doing a bit of recording ahead of the North London derby on Sunday between Arsenal and Spurs. Got a really good old mate of mine here, Joe Sheehan. Lovely bloke, known each other years. The only thing wrong with him, he's a Spurs fan. He's been watching them nearly 40 years. So we thought we'd have a bit of a chat just about the game, try and be as reasonable as possible considering we both hate each other's teams. So Joe, what do you think of Spurs' start to the season so far then?
It's not the vintage that was sort of 2017 or 2018 seasons. I think some of the results are probably just covering over what is really going on there at the moment. At Newcastle, when you've got 80% possession, 17 or 12 shots on goal, 12 shots and only sort of 2 of them were on target, you're kind of telling a story as to where they are at the moment.
Was it a deserved 1-0 defeat, would you say then?
Possession-wise, God no, you should have been burying Newcastle with that possession, but when you're that toothless, that slow with the ball, and you're not putting any real threat on them, yeah, you don't deserve to win a game. Then you might scrape a 0-0 draw, but you're not going to win it by scoring goals.
Okay.
Subpar, I think.
Right, okay.
Probably a polite way of putting it.
Right, okay, no, fair enough. I've got to ask you, I mean, you've watched Spurs for a long time.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of new arrivals, certainly on Dembele. Was it 56 million from Lyon? What's your take on him so far?
He looked pretty strong, scored an actual scorcher to level it against Villa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, it's early days, he's 3 games in. You're not going to expect any new signing to be on the money, certainly when they're coming in for a different league.
Yeah.
But there's this class there, and I think he's, you know, undoubtedly the faithful will be shouting shoot anytime he's got the ball within, I don't know, probably 60 metres of the goal.
Right.
You know, it's an addition. It's strong. He's athletic. He can, you know, it does seem as if he can go box to box or just play off the forward. So when you've got the talent in front of him, you know, why not say? Why not believe that he's going to get you something from it?
Talking about players, Harry Kane, what's your take on him? He's obviously, you know, golden boot, he's done a lot for Spurs. Obviously Arsenal fans have got a particular view on him, but from your point of view as a loyal Spurs fan who's watched him for years, how good is he?
Well, when he first came in, and this is obviously sort of going back a few years for those who remember Tottenham, I thought he was going to be another Gary Doherty, a man who was put up front,
good old Gary Doherty, yeah.
Legendary goal, semi-final.
That semi-final, yeah, was that a game?
Probably came off his knee or his arse.
That was Sol Campbell's last game with Spurs as well.
Yeah, and Glenn Hoddle coming back. It's like a big hero moment, and then you realised when Gary Doherty scoring, you're in the crap. He's deservedly got himself England notoriety. Captain, not too sure about that, but you know, that's up to Mr Southgate to wear his mind up there. I don't think he should be captain at Tottenham. There's enough pressure on him already. So far this season, you're not seeing the form he showed sort of 2017-18.
Why do you think that is? Is he tired? Is it just a dip in form?
I'd say dip in form. You know, tired, always a bit of a nonsense to me for some of that personally, but I think maybe mentally tired more than physically. Form is definitely down. But if you look at, certainly against Newcastle, he's your man you're going to think, give him a chance, he's going to get a goal. Yes, he got one chance, kind of fluffed his lines a bit, but you look at, and Sky were all over this one, you look at where his touch map was, 2 touches inside the box.
Yeah.
He's your number 9, your centre forward.
Yeah.
You know, he's akin to, say, Wayne Rooney a couple of years ago when he was at United and they weren't on form.
Yeah.
Trying so hard to get the ball, dropping deep, doing everything to try and get it going. But that's not what he's there for.
Yeah.
You know, you need runners off of him and you need him up front to be the threat and scare the crap out of people.
He will obviously start on Sunday, won't he? He will.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah. What are you expecting from him?
I'm just hoping he's going to give your central defenders something to think about.
Yeah.
If they're not able to do that, then it's going to be a difficult 90 minutes and a long afternoon.
Yeah. Well, every Arsenal fan hopes so anyway. But just in terms of other players and that Arsenal fans should be aware of in terms of the Spurs team, the starting 11, who should Arsenal look out for as danger men?
It's a difficult one because if you're going to go with your strongest side, and I know there's been pundits talking about this all week and after each game actually so far this season, you don't know for certain who that starting 11 is going to be. You should be putting Eriksen out there.
Okay.
And there is no doubt in this world that any team should be looking out and going, right, stop Eriksen, you stop the creativity, you stop the gaps being picked, that perfect ball onto the space that you know is going to get you something.
Yeah.
Then, you know, you're out. But he's not been started. Didn't start him against Villa, didn't start him at home against Newcastle. Clearly Pochettino's not a happy man at the moment with the pre-season stuff saying, well, just call me coach because I'm not the manager. So a bit of a dig at Levy and the board potentially there. What's going on, no idea. He's not happy that the window for Europe's still open, and he's openly said it after the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
I'll be happier after the Arsenal game because at least then I know who I've got until January.
Yeah, yeah.
And then smirked and said when the window opens again. So, you know, there's some unhappiness there. There's no doubt that's causing some friction somewhere.
I've got to ask, is that something to do with the sort of United hovering in the background, looking around for him?
Do I think going to United's a step forward? Quite frankly, no. Not where they are at the moment. You know, say 5 years ago, yeah. Why wouldn't you? You're going to the biggest club in the UK. If you're going to go anywhere at the moment, you'd look at City or you'd look at Liverpool. If you're going to stay in the UK, Tottenham have got to be stupid if they think they want to sell him to a Premiership rival. You know, that's just ludicrous behaviour. So you'd look at going abroad. You know, and then you're looking at Bayern, Real. Well, not necessarily Real, but you're going to get paid bundles. Barca. Maybe Atletico because they've lost Griezmann and they could challenge with Real Madrid not being the force they once were. So if he's going to go abroad, best of luck to you, Sunshine. You've been a credit to the team. You've already said you want a new challenge, so you've signified. Yeah, I'm off. There's my cards. They're on the table. Yeah, get me out. And he's not looking like he's willing to sign a new contract.
So I've got to ask. You mentioned Pochettino.
Yes.
Hailed as a visionary, a bit of a sort of a breath of fresh air into English football. There's that Fergie thing about if you've been there 4 or 5 years, players stop listening, thing gets stale. What's your take on him? Because obviously you got the Champions League final last year. He has done a lot, but he's still not won anything, has he?
He hasn't won anything, and it's becoming. Let's be fair. The run to the final was dreamworld for Tottenham fans. Absolutely wonderful. And I saw your comments. Numerous ex-Arsenal players and Arsenal fans comments on stuff.
That was a dreadful night.
I'm moving to Mars if Tottenham win it, and all the rest of it. And it was basically it was a pre-season friendly with the actual pace of the game and how it was played out. But that is what it is when you're 3 weeks after the end of the season. You're knackered anyway.
Well,
but in some regards, that probably done Tottenham a favour because Liverpool were on a run at the end of the season. It was a mystical moment. It's one of those you live for to see Tottenham get to these things. It's one of those where I think you see the defeat last week and you go, there's life as a Tottenham fan. You should be winning that game, or at least thinking you will, and you're not getting anywhere. No, he hasn't won anything. Yes, it's been close. You could argue there's similarities there with the Wenger sort of the end of Wenger era, where fourth was okay or top 4 was okay.
Although he did win 3 FA Cups.
He took it. Yeah, he did take a couple of. He took some tournaments as well. But you got that mentality of, well, you're getting closer. You're pushing. You nearly. You fell away at the end of the season when Leicester won the league. You fell away when City won it 2 years ago. You didn't quite keep pace, but no one was keeping pace with what Liverpool and Man City were up to. But you felt, the end of the season was an absolute calamity. It's like trying to throw away top 4 by the end of it.
I know Arsenal were doing the same, and they managed to successfully avoid top 4.
It was a Keystones Cup moment at the end of that season. So there are question marks as to can he go that next step, but I think that's also a part of has he got the squad to take it next step. And
so you're quite happy with him at the moment?
Strong enough. Yeah, I think technically astute. I think what the type of football he's playing or trying to get Tottenham to play is right for trying to step on that a bit further and do Europe and whatever, and he's still learning on that. But there needs to be something more from them as a squad collectively, as well as Pochettino as a manager. And it's probably is a case of if there isn't something won this year, what the hell's going on?
And what's your take on his relationship with Levy then?
It was all wonderful, sort of towards the end of last season. Levy joined them on the pitch over the Amsterdam Arena. Celebrated with them for the game before that as well. There was so much to look at. This is there's a man behind him who's supporting him. There's the club and the squad, everyone involved and supporting Tottenham. We're all as one big family. It was all a supportive thing. It was brilliant.
Which makes me sick, to be honest, but absolutely.
And it does happen when there's got success. Everyone's in that groundswell. Everyone wants to jump in and really, we're knitted together. We're going well. We're going places. Let's get going. A new stadium, and I know that's going to wind up Arsenal fans by mentioning that we have a new stadium.
And it's about 12 seats bigger as well, Paolo.
Well, no, they deliberately done it 1,000 bigger, just for gigs, really.
Tell me about it.
You're going to poke some fun at each other, but. you know, they got the stadium, they got everything in place now.
Yeah.
With the squad that was building, the progression that was going on to then kick on. And so this season has to be
Yeah.
the season they kick that little bit further.
So what would be a good season for you as a Spurs fan?
Ideally, and being realistic, because I don't think Liverpool and City are going to step off from where they were last year.
Yeah.
You are looking at FA Cup,
Winning.
and win the FA Cup and a top 4 finish.
Okay, that's fair enough.
You know, if they can hold third, and some people, some pundits are saying, it's top 3's nailed on. It's City, it's Liverpool, it's Tottenham. I'm obviously very happy if that is true, but I'm not too sure that Tottenham can truly be said to be nailed on third. There does seem to be a difference between the top 2 and the rest of this, and then a block of floor 4 chasing to try and fill that 3rd to 6th.
Absolutely, I completely respect your reasonableness there as well, because that's what we're about.
Yeah.
We want genuine, knowledgeable, passionate football fans to talk football, and I appreciate you doing that, even though it sickens me that Spurs got to the Champions League final. Got to ask you now, put you on the spot here, Arsenal players.
Yes.
Let's be completely honest now, because there's a lot of Spurs players I don't like. Which Arsenal players do you not like more than others, should I say?
I think, going back where, when you're younger and you're probably a little bit more one-eyed about things and you haven't actually worked out that the world's a cynical place and, grow up, it's just a game at the end of the day, but one you obviously want to win. There's less in this current era of Arsenal players.
Who's your most hated Arsenal player ever? Just out of interest.
Well, as much as I don't mind him as a pundit, and I love the way he gave Jake Humphries a bit of a dig when he got a bit ribbed out by him. Keown, just
did he really?
Niggly, horrible defender. But
so when you see Keown with that Van Nistelrooy, who do you hate most then? Keown.
I just thought Keown, you arse, absolute arse, the way he did it. I can understand why he's done it, because he's the heat of the moment, and all the rest of it. Emotions run, you do some daft stuff, and he was getting in his face because he knew he had him in his pocket.
Absolutely,
for that game. So,
and that's why Arsenal fans love him. But,
exactly.
but in terms of the current squad, then, who's the player the most?
There's probably no one really through true Arsenal that I've got a gripe with. I think that, just to be fair, at this moment in time, I suppose when you're looking at them as character-wise, you could argue they're a little bit vanilla and a bit sedate, but then that's social media probably doing that. They're not allowed to have a character these days.
Well, that's a podcast in itself, that question,
David Luiz.
David Luiz? Why?
Well, one, he's ex-Chelsea, so that's it. You're
not a big fan of Chelsea either. So what do you feel when you watch him in Arsenal colours now then?
To be honest, that just gives you hope that they're Arsenal going to lose. I understand. It was a case that Keown's done whatever he's done for whatever reason, and even as a Tottenham fan, you look at it and you go, take yourself away from my allegiances. Look at how he's done that. Wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not done the right way.
Yeah.
And you see tweets from sort of Ian Wright and others, sort of saying, "Come on." Have some respect
as
for
a captain of any club, you don't do that, basically.
Well, it's also okay. How long have you been there? How much respect have Arsenal players and Arsenal fans given you?
Yeah.
Give some back, regardless of what you necessarily feel about how you've been treated at the end.
Yeah.
You've still got all those fans that
Absolutely.
have been loyal to you, supported you, bought your shirt, all the rest of it. Give them the respect to say thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Always have that in my heart. But now's the time for me to go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You're done. But he was, you watched it, injury prone, so that's probably why they weren't too happy about giving him another contract. There's whatever reasons
and there was money involved as well.
He was quite a good one for giving away a couple of cock-ups. So, you're kind of happy when he was playing, but then I think that a lot of that was pressure on him because he had to try and do it for the whole back four. Arsenal haven't had a back four.
Not compared to the old, the famous back four,
Winterburn, Dixon, Bold, and Adams, or Adams and Keown.
I think that's a fair point. There's been certain players who have done well, but as a back four, certainly.
They were, and Wenger brought them on to actually be footballers, not just. And this is a knock at George Graham because obviously he was successful at Arsenal as well. From just being an offside ref, 1-0 done,
to give a bit more,
able to control the ball, able to feed the ball, able to take a ball up.
So Luiz is not going to be able to follow in that grand tradition of Arsenal defenders.
I don't think he's going to be your rock to hold you high and support you. I find him, you poke a lot of fun at him. Obviously, you've got the Simpsons references and whatever else.
Sideshow Bob,
Sideshow Bob and his brother are now Arsenal. So you've got all of those little things you can poke a bit. But I understand why they went out to get someone with experience, and yes, he's got it. He can bring, he can hopefully install some confidence in a couple of guys to try and get them on.
So,
But you know that probably 1 in 4 games he's going to make a massive nose up.
Yeah, he always has done, hasn't he? Yeah,
He
which
might
is
score
worrying.
you a couple, you might hit a couple of free kicks and
Yeah.
do some wonderful stuff, but I think Everstroom's, and you haven't got someone to sit next to him to go, right, I can cover it up, I
Yeah.
can back this man up,
Yeah.
I'm all right there.
I think he's very much a stopgap until potentially January, certainly until next season. Hopefully he'll bring a far more experienced or better ball playing centre half.
Yeah.
Well, not even ball playing, just somebody who can concentrate basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be nice.
yeah, but let's put it in a spot now. So obviously Gaz's famous quote about the only thing I predict is that I won't make predictions. We'll ask you now, what do you reckon the score will be on Sunday?
I think if you're asking me with form going into it, say last year's 2, sort of 3 with the League Cup,
Yeah.
but the last sort of couple of derbies, then I'd be more confident of Tottenham going into it. I think form-wise, Tottenham haven't looked great so far, so it's going to be a struggle. Arsenal do look a stronger team this year. They're not where they need to be yet,
Yeah.
but they do look a stronger
Okay,
side.
that's interesting.
Certainly up front, and I think Pepe could be, although he sort of fluffed his lines at Anfield, he could be something that is going to scare a few.
Yeah, Ceballos as well.
So clearly I'm not going to back your model.
Wouldn't expect you to.
So I don't think Tottenham fans will be upset walking away with a draw.
Okay.
But you're going to hope for a squeeze a goal ahead and just take the win.
Fantastic, mate. I really appreciate your time. You've been absolutely fantastic.
Pleasure, Layth.
That's what we're all about at Gooner Fanzine TV. Just knowledgeable, passionate, intelligent conversation about Arsenal and even Spurs to a certain extent. Although they whisper it, we're not going to do too many interviews on Spurs. Cheers, Joe. Top man. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.